If you want to up your shower experience, I strongly recommend shower steamers. Even if you don't want to learn how to make them, go to the store, buy some, try them out. You are absolutely going to fall in love. So in the video today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your own shower steamers. The cool thing about these is they are going to fill your shower with whatever fragrance that you put in here. So for this, I'm using menthol crystals. So menthol crystals are actually menthol in crystal form that we're going to put in here. That it is like a decongestant. Like I swear these have like that Vicks type of aroma. And I figure maybe it'd just be easier to show you. Like when I say menthol crystals, it actually is menthol crystals. So it is menthol in crystal form. So this is what we're putting into the shower steamer, and it just fills it up with so much fragrance. It is absolutely amazing. And I'm also going to add a bit of eucalyptus essential oil. They smell absolutely amazing, and it really is the perfect thing to make this time of year when it feels like everybody is suffering from some kind of cold or flu and things like that, really just to open you up and make your shower smell amazing. They are super easy to make, so let's just dive in and learn how to make them. I did want to let you know that I do put the full recipe down in the description box below. I also put a link to my blog where I go a little bit more in depth about all the ingredients, why we use them, everything like that. There's also a printable recipe over there, so if that's a little bit easier than looking down in the description box, whatever works best for you, just wanted to let you know that it is down there if you'd like to check it out. So for our shower steamer, what we have is we have baking soda. So this is going to create our fizzy base. We have citric acid. So citric acid actually creates a reaction with the baking soda, and that's what creates the fizziness. Think of a bath bomb. These are the two main ingredients. Same idea in a shower steamer. So do you remember when you used to make like the volcanoes with the vinegar and baking soda? Same thing, just in powdered form. Next, we're going to use a bit of cornstarch. So we use cornstarch because we want to slow this reaction down. We really want a solid shower steamer, and we want it to fizz very slowly, which allows all of the oils to get into the shower steam and really create a luxurious shower. And then I have menthol crystals. These are completely optional. If you don't want to use them, feel free to leave them out. What these do is they create a very nice cooling effect. They really are like a decongestant and bring a lot of fragrance into your shower. Next, we have rubbing alcohol. Now this is 91%. We use the rubbing alcohol to dissolve the menthol crystals because we need to get those dissolved down and not in crystal form. And then I'm using eucalyptus essential oil. Now feel free, if you would rather use a different essential oil, you certainly can. You can also use a fragrance oil. So there's a lot of ability to customize here. And I almost forgot to include the liquid colorant. So I'm using a liquid. If you don't have one that's suitable for shower steamers or bath bombs, feel free to use mica powder. It's just to add a little bit of extra pizzazz into our shower steamer. We are going to start out by weighing all of our ingredients. And then the reason why we weigh stuff is just to make sure that it's very accurate, right? We want to make sure that we have the exact amount of each ingredient, especially when you're thinking about the menthol crystals or the essential oils. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and take the menthol crystals, and we have to dissolve these, right? You can't use these for your shower steamer, so we're going to have to dissolve them. You actually dissolve them in rubbing alcohol. So what we'll do is just go ahead, pour the rubbing alcohol in with the menthol crystals, and we're just going to allow these to sit here and dissolve. Let's give it about 15 minutes. So now this is completely dissolved. As you can see, there are no menthol crystals left in there. It did take about 20 minutes. Now this could vary depending on how big your crystals are. So literally you just leave it sitting there until it's completely dissolved. Go ahead and grab your mixing bowl. We're going to add our baking soda, citric acid, and cornstarch. And then we're just going to come in and kind of give this a preliminary mixing. I swapped out my spatula. That other one was just a little bit too flimsy. And as I'm mixing, I'm kind of chopping up some of the chunks that might be in the baking soda or in the cornstarch. Add our essential oils. Add a bit of the menthol crystal. Now that's the stuff that we had just dissolved. Add the remaining. And if you are adding any colorant, now would be the time. Now, much like with a bath bomb for the shower steamers, sometimes I find it's easier just to get in there with your hands and mix it all together than it is to try to do it with a spatula, because it just gets so thick. Oh my goodness, this smells amazing, by the way. I can smell the eucalyptus and the menthol crystals. It smells amazing. Now you want to make sure that you are getting the sides really well, that you're really making sure that everything is mixing together and you don't have any pockets of just, you know, baking soda or citric acid or anything like that. So take your time mixing it. I'm also kind of squeezing it together just to get the blue color to really color everything. It's not going to be perfect, but it does give you a very lovely color. Now, once you have this made, think exactly like a bath bomb. You want it to be that wet sand consistency that you would with a bath bomb. So if you squeeze it together, it's going to hold its shape. And if you kind of drop it, it's going to hold its shape. That's really the secret to getting these to mold well, is to ensure that your mixture is wet, but not too wet. And that's where the rubbing alcohol really comes in handy in this recipe. So in this recipe, you can't use water because it's going to start a reaction. So the rubbing alcohol allows you to, A, dissolve your menthol crystal, but it also allows you to get this nice packy sand-like consistency that will evaporate out and leave you with like a solid shower steamer or a shower tablet, whatever you would like to call it. So in each one of these, you just kind of want to come in, really pack it down firmly. So as you can see, I'm coming in here with my finger, really giving it a good mix. Try to work sort of quickly, right? So we don't want this to get dried out. If it does get too dry on you for some reason, what you can do, just take a bit of the rubbing alcohol, put it into a spray bottle, and just kind of mist the shower steamers, the same as you would with a bath bomb. It's basically a bath bomb for the shower. And that'll buy you a little bit more time so you can get everything molded. So just to kind of show you what I was talking about, if your mixture gets too dry, in this bottle, I just have some of the rubbing alcohol that we used literally come in with like 1 to 2 sprays. And then give that a good mix. That will re-wet everything and give you a little bit more time to work with your mixture. And very, very, very important that you make sure and you give everything a really good pack in there. If you want this to mold up to be a nice shower steamer, it does have to be packed very well. So just come in with your fingers, really give it a solid push down. I'm really thinking, had I probably doubled the recipe, I bet you this would have been enough to fill the mold completely. So if you double it and if you have the same mold as me, that'd probably fill it. This is 200 grams. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to allow this to sit out. So we want some of that rubbing alcohol to evaporate out before we unmold it. So typically you want to let these cool for like 24 to 48 hours. I've only had these in here for maybe 6 hours, but they are completely hardened. And oh my goodness, you can smell them so well already. Like just popping them out of here, you really smell the menthol crystals. And it really is just that easy to go ahead and make your own shower steamers. Maybe I'll go grab a container for these. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use them in the shower too, because you don't put them directly under the water. And you're just going to want to pop these into an airtight container, and they really are that easy to make. I really hope you enjoy making and using your shower steamers as much as I did. If you haven't done so already, be sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. Also, this is my winter shower steamer vibe, something to really clear you out, decongestant, all of those fun things. What do you think I should do for like a spring or a summer shower steamer smell? I want to do something maybe more floral or more fruity.